What's up, people? I'm Xogue back on NSG, and we have a little bit of an issue. I did a bunch of stuff and I had the wrong mic selected for the video, so there's a bit of stuff done that you guys haven't seen yet, and it's going to be a bit of a shock. Right? So I had the time lapse there in the beginning. That was going to be the beginning of the episode that you missed. And then we went ahead, I finished the little bit of digging and moved the villagers and everything. And then we did the pillar. There was a lot of detail that went into this and a lot of reasons for the detail that I chose, such as why there's stone brick and why there's wood. And that basically just goes back to the idea that I want the villagers to be making this area their home. This is where they were born. This is where they were living. So they're going to have the capability of making things like stone brick and wooden products. In this case, they crafted a throne for their dolphin deity. We've named him Buddy. He probably should have a better name according to these guys, but we're just going to call him Buddy. And, and then after they've crafted this whole throne in the middle of their center pillar, this pillar is their world. This is the center of their world. This is where they come to congregate. We're going to have a lot of things here in this open area for them. And of course, there's going to have extensions on each side as well that are going to go out and branch out. And that's where everything else is going to go. There's going to be a vast underground city that is it's going to get pretty extensive, I think. And this is the starting point. So that's kind of what we did last episode and the one you missed. So we're just going to keep going with things. The first thing that I want to point out is that I stopped the spawning of slimes by putting down these slabs. I want to try something, because there is a mechanic in Minecraft that says if you have a player spawn point within 24 blocks of a player spawn point, nothing can spawn. No hostile mobs can spawn. So if we go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There's creepers. There's creepers. There they are. Hello. I heard you. Oh, it was just one creeper that fell twice. He must have come from up there. There must be darkness up there. Oh yeah, there is. There's a little bit of darkness. Not a whole lot, but just enough for a creeper to spawn, apparently. So it did actually go out pretty far in that direction. So I want to see if we remove these slabs. Actually, I'm going to leave this one so I know where to go. And I'm going to leave that one right there. I hear you moving around, skeleton. And that way we know the boundaries of our slime chunk. So if this doesn't work, then we can just put them right back. Because it's not really hurting anything having them there. This is just a theory I wanted to play with. And if we do this over on this side as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Good. Okay, so this covers that entire chunk as well. It doesn't quite cover the entire chunk over there, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. So again, we're going to remove all these slabs. I just want to see if this works, because it is a pretty interesting way of preventing spawns in unwanted areas if you just set your spawn near it. Now, at the moment, this is what we're going to do. It's not really going to be a permanent option for us, because we're not going to, have our bed over in this area forever. But for right now, just while we're building and stuff, it could actually be a pretty handy little tool that we do. So, I don't know. It's just something to think about. Let's see if this works. I'm curious. And we'll know pretty quickly, too, because these things come really, really fast. That was not what I wanted to do. How many of these did I have? 2 of them? I think I had... Sure, that works. Yeah, I spaced it 2 out. Okay. And I think that was there. Okay, that'll work. I believe that will work. Hello, put some stone in here, because why not? Now, we'll see if this works, and we're going to get back to it. Now, what I would like to do is, as I was mentioning, there's going to be extensions on every side. Now we're also going to have an extension on this side, but we're going to do this side last because we have so much temporary stuff over here. Our villagers are in a temporary place. We got our farms and our tree and everything in a temporary spot. This is all got to come down. And even our rooms that we made, these are no longer going to stay here like this. We're going to recreate something similar in a different place, but they got to move for now. And the same goes with all this. And even the golem killing chamber is likely going to change. And our underground area here is going to change. We're going to move it all. I would love to find out exactly where I want these and actually move them in their permanent place now, but I'm not sure if I can do that. For now, we're not going to worry about it. I'll move those. Hopefully I can figure out exactly where I want them permanently, their permanent place. And then we can move them there and we won't have to move them to a temporary spot first. And that way we can kind of skip a step. But for now, I want to go ahead and plan out the extensions. Now the extensions are going to take form in the shape of a tunnel. A big one. I'm not sure exactly how big though. Because I'm thinking I want it pretty big, right? If I have a tunnel, let's go this one. I kind of started this one a little bit. Just kind of eyeballing things and just kind of taking a look at it, I guess. If we go, where's our center point? All right, this is our center point here, right? And then if we go here, and then we're what, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then our center point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll start this one and go out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. And then I'm getting mixed up and switched around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it's already 6 and 7. Why are you? This, oh, the circle's not quite even. It is a little bit of an off circle. I didn't want it to be perfect. It wouldn't be perfect. So let's go in a few more blocks, I guess, and then we'll do our 5. Let's go into about here-ish. Yeah? Yeah. So if we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, boom. Okay, there's our 5 on that side. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 on this side. Okay, that's a little better. All right, now we can at least kind of see the shape of it without having to worry so much. Now, I like I said, I want it to be big, so we're going to go all the way up as high as we can reach. And we'll end up doing it even probably a little higher than that as well. Where's our 5? It should be like right there at the 5. Oop, hello, gravel. Not what I wanted in my face this morning, thank you. All right, so if we do this, is that anywhere close to the size I want? No, it's not. Width-wise, it's actually okay. Okay, so here's the plan. Let me dig out a little bit more so I can show you a little bit what I'm thinking for each of these tunnels. Let me just kind of go a little bit deeper here. Glad my pickaxe has a lot of durability left because I didn't even check it before I started digging. All right, so if we go in a little bit more, same deal over here. I just want a little bit of room so that we can actually start planning a little bit. Once we have a decent plan, I can start digging huge amounts of this stuff out of here, and then we can actually get to work and getting these hallways in place. Once we have the hallways in place, we'll know a little bit better about where we want to put things, and maybe we'll have our storages either like right here in the hallways or like somehow right in the front of them, and it'll be pretty good. Maybe, I don't know. We only have 3 storages right now, right? We have the dirt, sand, and gravel. Those are all kind of the same thing in our dirt area. Then we have a cobblestone area, and then we have a stone area, stone and cobblestone. So, well, actually, stone and cobblestone could probably be the same in the same place. Stone and cobblestone could. And sand, dirt, and gravel. If sand, dirt, and gravel are all grouped together, then our cobblestone and stone should probably be grouped together as well in this same room. It's all stone. So if we only have 2 of them, then maybe we can choose 2 directions and put a storage room there. But if I have a storage room on 2 of the sides, I'll want something in the same place on the other side. So what I'm thinking is that if we have our hallway, well, let's just say our hallway spans 20 tall, you know, double the height. Then instead of having just the hallway, the corners of it kind of get burrowed out a little bit. Just kind of a little alcove in the corner of this thing. Hello, water. And then in that alcove, right beside the start, at the bottom section of both sides, we have, one of the storage rooms inside of that. But it also takes away from the corner, which I'm not a big fan of. I actually want to keep the corners somewhat intact for something you're going to see. Something you're going to see in a little while, theoretically. So I don't know if that's the best placement for them. I don't know. I got to think about this. I'm going to keep digging, though. I'm going to keep digging. I'm going to try to keep shaping things. The things I want to make sure I get done relatively soon is that I would love to have the outsides of this guy all done. I want them shaped properly. That's one of the things I didn't actually talk about right away that I like the idea of is how I made this particular pillar. And maybe it's just how you do it. Maybe that's how all builders do it. But I'm going to actually lay it out in layman's terms just so I know that I've kind of set it up in my mind this way. But the first step to designing something like this, a natural build that has elements of, a civilization in it anyway, like we have our villagers down here in the cave build. You set it up as if, the world created. So you make the basic structure out of stone. Like you saw last episode, this was nothing but stone. And it was laid up, it was bare, there was nothing with it. That is what the world would have created if the world created something like this. Then we came in with like the stone brick and the wood, which I know you didn't see this part, but that's kind of how we set this up. We came up with the stone brick and wood, and then that's what the villagers created and crafted into their environment. That's what they did. Then after that, we added all the dirt and the leaves and the stairs and the cobblestone and the buttons and all the other stuff that make it look a lot more fancy. And that's what nature added over time. So it became overgrown and dirt started to pile up. And I guess some of the regular stones started to turn into smaller and smaller tones. It got weathered. So we had different stones. I don't know what you would, that's kind of what gravel is, right? It's tiny stones. I don't know. But you get the idea. I think it just kind of wore down that way. And that's why we have the cobblestone bits and the leaves and the grass, I guess, the dirt and everything. So I kind of like how that is laid out in that way. And I kind of want to do the same thing. So I want to go ahead and get the basic bare, what the world would have created with this place, kind of take away. Granted, I guess the world would actually have some of these little bits of other kinds of stone and everything in it, but I don't like those. So we're going to pretend that the world would not have put those in. And we're going to shape everything in a way that looks a little more natural and not so much like TNT blew it up. Because let's face it, that's kind of what some of this stuff looks like right now. And once we get it all kind of straightened, then we can work on the extra parts of it. But for now, we're just going to get the basic shape. Well, I was kind of still talking, and we'll get back to that, but these guys spawned. I think that's because I didn't actually set my spawn. So now we can test it. We know they spawn where things currently are. Let's see if they keep spawning after this. Come on, guys. I'm trying to do something here. Hello, creeper. Are you going to come chase me? You are? Okay. How about no? How about no again? Thank you. Now, where was I? Let's see if these guys spawn again. Hopefully, now that I've actually set my spawn point, they shouldn't be able to spawn in the area. That's how Minecraft is supposed to work. Let's see if it actually works that way. Anyway, so I have a process when I do these things, and I don't know if it's the same process as other YouTubers or whatnot, but I start with the structure that the world would have created if the world would have created something similar to this, right? So it would be just stone. It'd be just shaped. There's no actual detail in it. And then I'm going in, since we have a civilization down here, to our nature build. I'm adding that in before the detail that I would normally throw into a naturistic build. And I would put in the things like the stone brick and the wood that these guys would have put in place had they been living down here for a long period of time. How much work would they have put in to make things more comfortable for themselves? And that's the next step for me after I get the basic shape done. After that, that's when I go through and add all the dirt, the leaves, the stone, the cobblestone, all the different shapes and everything to make it look more lived in and worn down as if it's been here for a long while. And that's kind of how I'm going about things. And I think it's going to turn out pretty good. I think it's a good process for it because these guys would have done their tools and their touches. They would have put their touches on it a long time ago after they learned how to do them. And they would have been here for a while. Granted, our civilization is kind of slow, kind of small for being here for a long time, but you get the idea. And I think the concept is sound. So I wanted to go ahead and get the overall shape done. And I don't know exactly what shape that's going to be, but I do want to get it done. I want to get the outside shape of this finished. And that I want to remove all the dirt. I want to remove the andesite and like these extra little pieces. And then I want to get, I keep saying the word shape over and over and over again, but that's basically what I want to get. I want to go ahead and see if I can't get the beginnings of the tunnel and get these corners rounded out how I want them shaped, you know, and get everything fixed up and looking nice. And then we can carve the initial bits of our tunnels in here. And we're not going to go too far with the tunnels. I just want to get the shape right. That way we can start on something else that I really want to get to in today's episode. All right, so I do have a process when it comes to building this. And it's kind of, I'm guessing it's pretty much the same, right? I want to make the shape of the world, how the world would have created this cave if it actually created it, and if we didn't actually dig it out painstakingly by hand. But you know, I feel like it wouldn't look so much like TNT blew up in here. Like that, you know, like TNT blew up in here. And it looked a little more smooth and eroded. Erosion actually has a bit more of a smooth and not so jagged look to it when things erode and get created. So I kind of want to recreate that. And then we'll go back with the touches that our villagers would have made if they had been living down here for a long period of time. You know, they would add in their little wood bits and their stone brick bits and whatever other stone touches that they would have made in here. And after that, a large amount of time, at least part of our story is that they've been here for a while. So a large part of time would have passed. And that's where the extra growth of, you know, all the weeds and the dirt building up and all this other stuff that has been happening to these structures. That's when all of that would have taken place. So we kind of do it in those three phases. What the world would have done, what the villagers would have done, and what time would have done. And that way we kind of create these three-tiered depth builds that allow this kind of detail to show through, while at the same time giving us the functionality that the villagers would have had they been living in this place. So we may be making a bit of a deal here. You see, that's okay. Well, we can take 35. But as you can see, Safe TV is asking if anybody have... Okay. XP Farm Pass. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. That'll work. Alright, he needs an elytra, so we're gonna go ahead and sell him one. I don't have the books or anything to put on it, but I'm assuming if he has an XP farm, then we'll be good to go on that front.
Lost my elytra again, and I kind of need a new one.
That's all right. Well, I got this one here. He said 35. So what's this XP farm you got?
It's basically an Enderman XP farm, and I will give you the pass at my shop.
Okay.
Which I did, if you will follow me. And it's pretty fast. You can get 150 levels in 15 minutes.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'll have to take a look at it. I'm big on farms and stuff too. I like to make them. I'll have to see what you did.
Just take one. It's
cool.
Exactly 5.
Nice. So
And thank you for the elytra.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Where exactly is the farm? We might have to check that out here in a little while.
Yeah, we can. I can show that if you will follow me.
Mm-hmm.
Farm.
Oh, okay. With a rose farm as well. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
But I'm not sure. It's on the other side of the island.
Interesting. So they have the Wither Rose farm right there.
Yeah, it's basically a wither trapped in the bedrock.
Yeah, one of the portals. Yeah, I've seen those before. I just didn't realize. I figured it'd be better to put one somewhere else. I don't know.
Well, if the outer islands get reset, then
that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
You don't want to do this again.
That's true. I guess you could light up the rest of the island too. You just light it up with torches. I think I'm being attacked. I looked at an Enderman. Hey, buddy.
It's okay.
Okay. Oh, wow. I actually almost died. Holy crap. I didn't realize they were that strong. All right. All right.
Yeah, they are strong.
Never
but
mind.
you will get your revenge.
Yeah, there you go.
Just go into this tunnel because I didn't have an elytra, so this is
Gotcha.
my
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's cool.
transport method.
See, yeah, I don't think I can activate the elytra here.
No, you can't. I tried.
Yeah, not quite high. Well, actually, just activated.
It's activating, but you can't fly with it. So...
Okay, no, it's not working.
No, there's not much point in it.
Yeah.
So this is it.
Oh, okay. Well, what's further down?
It's just the end islands, the outer end islands, and there is a bridge.
Whoa, there's a bridge all the way out there? Holy crap.
I think it goes out there all the way. So you just basically take off any mending you have if you don't want to repair it.
I actually need my pick repaired real quick.
Yeah, you can do that. And you stand behind, in front of this cacti because it's too fast for you to pick up the XP. And the cacti step a little bit back. So yeah, that's it. And make a swipe with your sword.
Ooh. Oh, okay, so they were just being killed by entity cramming. Okay.
No.
I mean before when they were dying.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, okay, it doesn't seem like it was
they were just dying because of entity cramming, yeah.
Yeah.
And there are anvils here, a huge enchanting setup. I bring all my lepi here, so you can use it if you want to.
Good deal. I'll probably bring my own when I come back, though. There it goes. There's the experience. It took a second for it to come back in. That's better.
I got kicked.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the lag, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think Cover is running his tree farm.
Oh, yeah, maybe he is. It is really crazy anytime he runs that thing.
Really bad idea, but I kind of want to build a tree farm too.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. You just got to be mindful when you build it. It seems like he runs it when...
He runs it essentially non-stop.
Yeah.
So
that's... I mean, you know, as long as you're a little mindful of it, it should be okay. Run it when nobody's on. Just get a few stacks of wood here and there. You'll be all right.
Yeah. I mean, we can build one together if you were interested.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not quite ready for that yet, but let me know when you're ready to build yours. And
I have almost everything for it. I just need slime blocks and sticky pistons.
I actually have lots of slime because of I'm building a cave build, so I'm underground and I'm clearing out huge lands of space. So I get slime spawning all the time.
So we could struck a deal here.
So we could do that, definitely. We could. We got plenty. I don't know. I don't have slime farm levels, but I've got at least 10 stacks of slime. No problem.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Member.
Yeah. I've seen her in Discord. The first time I've seen her in game.
Yeah. I didn't see him.
I'll wave the other way.
Okay.
But anyway, we could talk a little more in Discord about the tree farm situation, whether or not we actually get together and do that, or whether we just make a deal for the slime balls or not. But yeah, it's really good. I appreciate it.
Thank you, dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, so Safe needed an elytra. We went ahead. He's getting her some iron and stuff. It looks like Safe has taken our newest member, Little Miss Mrs., which is kind of a cool name. It's got a nice ring to it. Taking her around. I guess he's getting her some iron stuff. And, oh, wow. Fix is actually... What's up, Fix? Looks like you were AFK, dude. Anyway. So he must be taking her around, kind of getting her a little bit set up. I think this might be the first time she was on the server. But yeah, I started reorganizing our little barrels here because I had everything that we've gotten so far, everything I've actually collected. I'm sure some of it despawned. We had it all collected in here in these chests, including all the valuables, all the everything, all the dirt, all the gravel, everything was just kind of thrown randomly and all that stuff. And it's a little bit in the way now, so I'm moving it back and I'm organizing it. So you got all the stone stuff, you got all the mob drops here. I have lots and lots of slime. We were just talking to Safe about that. And we got the diorite, the andesite, and the granite so far. I'm just going to finish kind of sorting this out here, and then we can actually get to work digging. Then I won't have to search so hard for all this stuff. Now, we just had a whole bunch of fun. We got some of the people together on the server. You had Little Miss Mrs. was there, Safe was there, Cavalry was there, Minion was there, Red was there, Redness, and I think there's numbers after his name. I don't know, we just called him Red. It's a bunch of people. I may have missed somebody. If I did, I apologize. But we kind of hung out, and while we were hanging out, I kind of did a little bit of work. I organized all our barrels, so now they're all separated. We just got everything. I mean, simple storage. It's just separated out now. It's not put into our real storage because we're going to be moving a real storage somewhere, and I didn't want to have to put it down there and then move the rest of it up here. So right now it's just temporary. I'm hoping that soon we can actually figure out what our main permanent storage location is going to be, and to kind of give it more expandability, because the stuff down there in our little flooded cave is not really going to be big enough for us long term. We would have had to keep digging, and that would have just caused problems. So we're going to be moving everything over there anyway. But I was playing around with this stuff, and this cave here, this hallway rather, it's much too clean. This is not really what I want the final shape to be. The shape I want to be kind of dirtied up a little bit, so it doesn't look like it was dug out by a mostly professional, like straight-edged kind of digger or whatever. We're totally clogged up here. And just kind of how I want to have that for now. I wanted to play with a couple of the designs, and I don't have enough room to play with the designs at the moment. How much stone do I have? I have quite a bit of stone. I can put some of the stone away, I guess. We'll put, okay, that's about all that's going to fit in there. Sure, whatever. Anyway, we'll put our valuables away too. Where's our valuables? Right here. Okay. That should be enough room, hopefully, for now. We're not really going to be doing too much digging. Not at the moment, anyway. I wanted to go ahead and try to decorate a little bit of one of these platforms that I'm thinking, just to kind of see how it looks. Over here, I actually need to place some of this back down. What I'm going to place here is probably not going to stay, but I'm just trying to get an overall look to see if the hallway itself is going to be big enough for what I want to have here. And I'll kind of explain that to you a little bit here in just a second after I get this filled back in. But like I said, it's too straight. It needs to be dirty, so I don't think this is the final shape of the hallway. It probably is going to go even taller, maybe even with more of a point to it at the top. I'm not sure. But what I'm thinking is, these slabs are either going to be on this level or they're going to be buried a little bit. And what I'm thinking about the burying of it is that I want it to look a little bit like the ground is reclaiming what the villagers did a little bit. And that's hard to accomplish here, but if we have like a random kind of grouping of the wood like this, then we have one of our man-made structures, right? And we put some of this wood back in. And of course the granite's not going to be here because granite is absolutely ugly and I hate the block completely. And we'll put this back. Andesite doesn't bother me as much because it's the same kind of thing. And then we'll have a rough pattern like that. It might be a little bit bigger, a little bit, it won't be smaller. It might be a little bit bigger, but still kind of the ragged edge like this is what I'm looking for. I don't want it to be straight edge like this one is. And this way it kind of makes it look like it's being reclaimed a little bit. And if we do, we'll probably add some stairs into this as well. And that way we kind of get, you know, a kind of a better touch about it gradually breaking back in, you know, gradually taking things back over. And we may actually add some extra wood in certain places. So it looks like maybe it was at one time kind of still, I don't know. That doesn't look exactly right though. Another idea I had was to have it flush with the ground. I don't think we're going to raise it like this. It's either going to be one slab lower like this, or it's going to be even with the ground a little bit more. Something along these lines. Let's go ahead and do something like this, perhaps, just to give a little bit of a demonstration of what I'm looking for. Because I want to see what this is going to look like. If we go over here, and then we can do things. See, you can't really do a half taken over kind of thing. If you cover one of these things, then it's not going to look, it's just going to look like the wood was never there, not that it's taking back, coming, you know, being taken back. I want it to look like the stone is hovering over the edge of, you know, these guys a little bit, but not with the gap, because we could achieve that with stairs, I suppose. We could do, I don't even know how I would do that, really. I mean, if we did some kind of stairs or something, then it would be okay, I suppose. But like, we would need the wood stairs, and I don't have that kind of material on me. I don't have the wooden stairs on me or anything. But I want it to look like the stone and stuff, like it's eroding the wood. Like the wood has been shrinking over time, and the stone has been taking back over, which isn't really something that would do, I guess. It's kind of weird that stone, because stone doesn't grow, you know, it doesn't change. After it's dug out, that's it. But I don't know. I want it to look, this is just weird. I don't like that. I don't like how it's doubled up. It shouldn't be doubled up there. I want it to look like, I don't know how to do that though. But almost like this wood is tucked underneath the stone a little bit. I wouldn't know how to actually achieve that. I think this is probably the closest we're going to be able to come. I mean, really, I think that's going to be our best bet. Having some stone actual stairs in here like this is actually really, really going to help with that aspect. But anyway, I guess we'll just start with this, and we'll see what this kind of, you know, builds up to over time. But I guess that's about all you're really going to be able to get, I suppose. But see, actually, we could make a cool little corner here. If we did that, that'd be cool. That'd be kind of neat, sort of. Still think it looks off, though. Something is off about that, and I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint it. But what we're going to have is basically like little shops built into the wall. Not shops so much, like just rooms. You know, whether it's going to be a room that has villagers sleeping in it, a sleeping room. Because these guys aren't going to have their own bedrooms. They're going to have, you know, just like a barracks building would have a room with a whole bunch of beds in it. That's what this place is going to have. And it's going to have a bunch of those things. But not only are we going to have rooms on the bottom, but we're also going to have them up top as well. And this is where we can really start to make it look like this stuff is being reclaimed a little bit. Because then we can do like walls and stuff, and we can kind of do this where you'll still see the side. And then we can do, I don't know, maybe, because then we also need to bring in the braces, and that's where the walls would come in, really. We kind of have this stuff here. Something like this, perhaps. See, those are, what are those? Top? Yeah, those are bottom stuff. So this will work. Okay. This will be all right. We can just kind of boom, boom. And that looks weird, obviously, because it's sitting on a stair. We'd have to fix little problems like that. But we have our little braces, basically, just like we had the other ones. Now, we could go even further with this, I suppose, and do the same thing that we did on that. And this could be their style of bracing a platform or bracing anything, is to just have these walls go up in that kind of a shape, which I actually really like that shape. Obviously, it's not necessary for actual structural integrity. Heck, none of this is necessary for structural integrity in Minecraft. But if we're going based off of looks, this much bracing would not be necessary. But I think it looks a little better, and it also changes it up from what you normally see other people building do. And it gives a neat little twist for the style of structure that our villagers are capable of and what they actually do. I think it just adds a level of detail that I really like. So if we bring these kind of down like this, and it kind of gives us that little, it's being held up look. And that's kind of what that's really what I want. I think that looks pretty cool. And even if the platform extends past, a place where we want a pillar, we can easily do that. If we actually take this out, for example, let me go ahead and do all this for now, just to extend this, to show you a little bit what I'm thinking of. We'll go over, we'll just kind of say something like this, perhaps. And we'll be like, oh, well, this looks like it needs a brace right here. We can just do a single pronged one. And it would still look like it's supposed to be there, like it's still the same style, even though there's not two of them. I think it looks pretty good, though. I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, there's a lot more design that needs to go in this. And I think this is going to go higher, so we can actually have a third one. But what I really want to know is if we do this and have a pathway of 3, and then the brace, then we'll only have a walkway of 1. Or 2. I think it's supposed to be 2. No, this is here. It's supposed to be 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is supposed to be 5. I thought. It's only 4. Okay. I built too much in. It's supposed to be go one more block out on both sides. That's why it looks a little off and a little short. Because right now it's definitely not 5. It's supposed to be 10 wide, and I think that's why it looks too thin. I think we're going to go ahead and break out one more row, maybe 2, and we're also going to go like 5 or 6 blocks taller. And I think that's going to be a decent shape for our hallways. And that's going to go on every side. We're not going to dig them all the way deep or anything like that. I want to dig just maybe like 5 or 6 blocks in on each side, and that way we have the initial shape of it. But then we can go ahead and finish all of the walls, and we can actually make it look similar to this, and we can start prepping our next move, which is going to have something to do with the villagers. All right, progress has been made. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Okay, so this hallway has been dug. I haven't really replaced everything that we kind of put in. You see the stuff in the sides here and stuff. I haven't finalized the hallway yet. I don't even know what you would call that. Tunnel, I guess? I don't know. But I started the next ones. And again, I didn't replace anything in these walls because they're just going to be dug out anyway. This guy's probably going to be changed up, so I didn't dig him out either or replace those blocks. But most of the walls everywhere else have been replaced as far as all the diorite and granite and stone or dirt and everything like that. So that's all cleaned up. These tunnels are started on all 4 sides. I even started it on the other side over there. Let me see. We got that one started. This one over here is also started kind of. I kind of filled in some of the gaps on the sides and just kind of initially kind of dug out that little bit there. So it's kind of sort of started, but obviously you couldn't put anything in that hallway. But yeah, now we have all of these. They look like randomly dug out, terrible looking little holes. You would be right. They basically are just that. I can't defend them at all. Right now, they look kind of terrible. Now, the point is, they won't always look terrible, okay? Each one of these is going to house a villager that's going to sell us things that we want to buy, theoretically, okay? These are all going to be kind of like storefronts, okay? And I wanted to see how many we could fit in, so I went ahead and dug the holes. And now we're going to have these guys here. We're also, remember, going to have multiple levels. Okay, so we're going to have another one like right here and then another one even higher up. And we're going to have that on all 4 corners. I don't know if we need that many villagers, but I think it'd be cool if we did. Now, there's going to be a way... I keep coming up with plans that keep delaying me making my villager traders that I want. They all have books that I want to get as soon as possible, and I keep coming up with plans that's delaying that. For whatever reason, I don't just want regular villagers in every single one of these slots. I think it'd be really, really cool if we got some villagers from each biome. I want some desert villagers, some jungle villagers. I may even be able to get some from a mushroom island. I don't know. I think they have their own type. I could be wrong. But I'd like to go ahead and do that. And it's going to be very, very difficult to do. We need at least 2 villagers from each one. I don't know if you can get them in baby form. I need to figure out exactly how that works. And I'm going to have to do a lot of testing in creative. But initially, that's okay. Because we're going to start off with kind of what we have now. Oh, wow. Okay, darkness. Hello, darkness. My bow's almost broken. I might have to do some AFK fishing again soon. Hey, buddy. Okay, you died. Hey, other buddy. Anyway. But yeah, I don't just want our villagers from the plains biome. Now, plains can be one of them. That's fine. But I'd like, if we have plains in one corner, we'll probably start with this corner just so I can get started with some of the really good books that I'd like. But overall, yeah, this is going to be, we're going to, this is going to be crazy. Why do I put myself in these positions? But it's how I want it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grind it out until we get it. Now, we can have plains here, jungle here, sand or desert here, and Mushroom Island, if they are actually different. I'm not sure. But we're going to try it out. We're going to see. And I don't know. I'm going to do some testing with that. But first, I need to make sure I build out enough of an area for these guys to live in. All right, so I have my little path here. And what I'd like to do is actually just start. And again, like I showed you over on the other side, I want these guys, I don't want it to look standard. I want it to be mostly random. I don't know if these guys are going to be standing on these or if they're going to be standing on stone. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work just yet, but I don't want this to be, I don't know how to describe it really. Hey buddy, fall in lava. You're not going to fall in lava. You're not that stupid, huh? All right, well fine, be that way. I'll fill it in anyway. Totally meant to shoot my bow at that point in time. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to have these guys here. I almost died, you know, because I was mining all the obsidian over here in this corner. And I ran out of stone in my offhand and I didn't realize it. So I broke a block and walked right where it was. Because usually I would just break and place, right? But since I didn't have the blocks in my offhand, I didn't place the blocks. And I ended up walking right in there instinctively, just out of habit. And I walked right into lava. I was lucky. I got out in time, didn't really burn. I have, I'm pretty lucky with my fire protection here on my boots. So I didn't really take a whole lot of damage, but it scared the crap out of me, as you might imagine. How big is this? Is it good? I think this side's bigger than this side, and I don't know if I want it that way. I think maybe this needs to be a little smaller, and maybe this over here just a tad bit bigger. Something like that, perhaps. And then we can go by... And we'll have to grow you. Grow you? Kind of replace you a little bit. There we go. Well, maybe a couple more blocks here. That should be good. I'm very picky. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a pretty picky person, you know? So we're going to start with this. We're just going to see what happens. What this looks like, really. And if we go ahead... Because there's a lot of wood that's going to be in the... Maybe not a lot. But I want to incorporate wood and that stone brick I was talking about into the build. You know, I want the wood and the stone brick to be a big part of this because the civilization underground is going to learn how to adapt to use the materials that it has. You know, that it has available to it. In this case, it's going to be stone, and of course wood is just kind of something we're giving them the ability to farm, even though they technically shouldn't know that it even exists since they don't know about the overworld. But you know what? They do, because we need wood in our builds. But yeah, you get it. Anyway, so if we do this kind of a thing, then we can also change it up, put some stairs. I don't have any of the stone stairs on me, but we can put those in here and kind of decorate it a little bit better, which is going to be nice. Let's replace a few of these at least with some of these guys here. Not too many of them, just a couple of the blocks in here so it looks... Oh, I forgot. These guys burn, don't they? We're going to get some Bernie burns in here somewhere. Oh, they're bottom slabs, though. They can't burn, can they? I don't know if they can burn. They're not top slabs, so I don't think they can burn. I want to say... No, they... I don't know. We're going to have to see. This stuff may burn. We're probably going to get some burns in here somewhere. I forgot about that. Burning. Oh, no. That's right. No, they won't burn because we have fire tick off on the server. We don't have fire tick on the server, so that's good. We don't have to worry about that. Never mind. All right, so we're good. We're good. Now, so that's kind of the flooring that we have for each area. Now, we need to make it look, I don't know. We're going to have the next level up. I don't know exactly where the next level is going to be. But I only need 3 levels, so it doesn't need to be like right above their heads, because that's a little too close and we don't need that much room. We can put it a little bit higher and go up to like here-ish maybe? Something about that level? Because if that's there, then we're going to have the next batch, which is going to take up about that much room. Then we can go a little bit higher, and then we'll have that. So yeah, that'll be about right if we do it right there. And we can expand that across in this similar way. So here's where we're sitting now. I think it looks a lot better than it did. Of course, we've gotten down 2 of the steps that we're using to develop and design things. First being, what the world created, which was just this area, and then you have what they created, and that's the stone bricks, the holes themselves. They would have burrowed into the wall a little bit. And then the wooden platforms, of course. So I figured they may not chisel out the interior of something like this all that perfectly, or their tunnels, or I'm not sure exactly what the villagers did versus what we're saying the world did. But they would have taken more care with their shop stalls, so that these are a little bit more clean, a little bit more squared off than what you will see in other places like this pillar here or anything else, really. Because here, they're going to want to take more care. This is where they make their money. This is where they go to work. So this is kind of what we want to have, I think. Now, we're still missing the final stage, and that is like the overgrown and dirty and, maybe a little bit of gravel and dirt in here as well. Now, I don't have any of those supplies on me, but... At the same time, they're going to keep their shop stalls clean as well. So maybe we'll have a little bit of it, but it won't be as crazy. It won't be as as grimy. It won't be as overgrown. It'll just be a little bit less, because these are, like I said, this is where they're working. So they're going to take a little bit more care with where they're working and kind of keep it a little bit cleaner and a little bit more tidy. So that's one of those situations. I'm going to be playing with this for a little while. And I probably will design some of the stalls in between episodes, just so I can start moving villagers in and actually start getting some decent trades so we can get started. I'm also going to go out to other biomes and see if I can either find villagers or bring some here. That way we have 2 of each of the 4 types we want to get. I believe... I don't know. I got to do some testing. I'm not sure. For example, okay, let me just actually use an example to see, maybe you guys know the answer and you can answer it for me. If we have 1 desert villager and 1 jungle villager and we breed those 2 together, do we have a chance of getting desert or jungle, or does that ruin all chances of either of them and just give us a regular one of whatever biome we're in at the time? Does that give a possibility of 3 different types of villagers? Because I know when they're born, they can take on the type of the biome they're born in. In this case, plains, I think. I think we're in plains. Well, beach, but I think it's considered plains. It's like the default type. Or, do we have the chance of getting the jungle and the desert, or, whatever other types we have that we breed our villagers into. But I would like to get a bunch of each type. So we're going to have multiple villager breeders in this thing. Now we have plenty of carrots. Okay, I don't have an automatic carrot farm, but I have been harvesting these guys. Well, at least I used to. I kind of got a little careless and lazy as of late. I haven't really been doing it nearly as much as I should. But we do have a bunch of carrots to give us a decent amount of villagers of each. And once we start using those, of course, I'm going to make sure this is done. I may even build an automatic one. So we'll have to see. But I do like the idea and the direction that this particular thing is going with all the lamps, because that's probably something they would use. Would they be able to craft lamps? I have no idea. Probably not. But we're going to fudge it a little bit and say that they would because they look so much better than torches. But you get the idea. Anyway, I am going to do a little bit of this work off camera, but nothing too major, nothing too intensive. I just want to get some of these villagers set up so we can start trading with them and actually start using some of... Have I shown you how many emeralds we have? We have so many emeralds. We need to get rid of these things, okay? If we go in here, oh, yeah, 20 blocks, oh, blah, blah, that's great, it's fantastic. So many of them, huh? Yep, bam. We have almost 6 full stack. We have over 6 full stacks because of these guys of diamond blocks. Blocks, not just emerald blocks. I said diamond blocks. I meant emerald blocks. Not just emeralds, emerald blocks. And this guy keeps spawning. Why are you spawning over there, dude? You know? Why are you here? You need to not be here. Stupid. That's not what I wanted. Let's just put a lantern on the floor because it still looks better than a torch. Anyway, yeah, so you get the idea. I'm going to do some stuff in between episodes, but nothing crazy. And yeah, that is about all the time I have for the episode. I hope you liked it. If you did, please do hit that like button and subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching. Do what you do, and I will see you next time. Peace out, peeps.